The only way they can take this election away from us is if this is a rigged election.
When I say that this is not only the most important election in our lifetimes, but the most important election in modern American history, I'm not kidding. This election is not just about creating an economy that works for working people. It's not just making sure that all of our young people have the ability to go to college and not leave school deeply in debt. It's not just about the need to guarantee health care to all people and lower the cost of prescription drugs. It's not even about the need to address the existential threat of climate change and take on the fossil fuel industry and move us to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. It's not just about criminal justice reform. It's not just about immigration reform. It's not just about a woman's right to control her own body. It's not only about common sense gun safety legislation. It is about all of that, but much more. I want to read to you what Donald Trump said today, the first day of the Republican National Convention. This is what he said, quote, "The only way they can take this election away from us is a rigged election," end of quote. The only way they can take this election away from us is a rigged election, end of quote. Think about what that means. Right now, not that I have enormous faith in polls, not that I think that Trump cannot actually win this election fairly, certainly hope not. I don't think he will, but he could. Right now, last national poll I saw was from CBS. He was 10 points down. Pennsylvania, 4 points down. Michigan, 5 points down. Wisconsin, 4 points down. Florida, 6 points down. In other words, all over the country, in key battleground states, he is behind, including many states he won in 2016, and certainly he's behind nationally in terms of the popular vote. And then this guy gets up there and says, the only way we can lose this election is if it is a rigged election. I want you to think about what that means. What it means is if on election night Trump wins, well, he wins. But if he loses, from his perspective, he really hasn't lost. Because the election, by definition, that's what he's told us, the only way he can lose it is if it is rigged. And that means that there is a real likelihood, unless he loses by a whole lot, that this guy may not leave office even when he loses the election. We've never had to deal with this in perhaps American history, certainly modern American history. So our job right now is manifold, many, many things we have to do. But anyone out there who's thinking of not voting, who thinks, hey, I disagree with Joe Biden on this issue or that issue, well, I certainly do disagree with Biden on this or that issue. And those are issues that we're going to deal with the day after Biden is inaugurated. But right now, our task is to reach out to our friends, co-workers, family, neighbors, have the largest voter turnout in history, and defeat this authoritarian president. Because this is not just an election on the issues. This is an election on the future of American democracy. And all I can tell you, as the former chairman of the U.S. Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs, I have talked to a whole lot of people going way back, put their lives on the line to defend American democracy. Some of them are Democrats, some of them are Republicans, some of them are independents, conservatives, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what your political views are, doesn't matter what you feel about healthcare policy or climate change. What matters right now is the American people stand up and tell this president, sorry, you're not going to destroy American democracy. We're going to work hard, we're going to defeat you, and after you are defeated, you're going to be out of office. Thank you all very much.